जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Vrindavana Dham. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada 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 Shila Prabhupada. Nittai Gaur Haribol 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 Nittai Gaur Haribol. Nittai Gaur Premanandi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki. Thank you everyone for blessing us, I would say, in the study of Srimad Bhagavatam, and again specifically fourth canto and chapter 8 entitled Dhruva Maharaj Leaves Home for Forest. So we'll continue our study of Dhruva Maharaj's pastime, Dhruva Maharaj's expression of love for Krishna. And wonderful, this pastime is slowly opening up, say. So we'll see more. I believe we read till text 14. Text 15 onwards we'll see, but we'll try to kind of a bit recap or cover up to see where the pastime is standing at the moment and take it on from there. Maybe I can read the shloka and translation for text 15, and then with further more prayers we continue. Tam nishvasantam tam nishvasantam spurita dharostam suniti rutsanga uduya balam nishamya tatparamukhan nitantam savivyate yadgatitam sapatnyam tam nishvasantam spuritaadarotsam sunitirutsanga uduya balam nishamya tatparamukhan savivyate yadgatitam sapatnyam. Translation, this text 15. When Dhruva Maharaj reached his mother, his lips were trembling in anger, and he was crying very grievously. Queen Suniti immediately lifted her son onto her lap, while the palace residents who had heard all the harsh words of Suruchi related everything in detail. Thus, Suniti also became greatly aggrieved. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपां बुधिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, warm welcome everyone. So we see specifically again Dhruva Maharaja's pastime. So we'll continue seeing furthermore Dhruva Maharaja's pastime. Before we begin, who is our audience? Or maybe if I can be a bit more specific, who is my audience? Who is our audience? Or say, who is my audience? Devotees assembled in the temple room. Who am I speaking to? Who should I be speaking to? Who am I addressing to say this? Devotees assembled in the temple room or online devotees or friends say, who and where is my audience? Any thoughts? Tell you something. Who is my audience or where is the audience? I pray that I remain the audience. Audience is none if I can just be the audience, if I can be the first listener. If I can be the first listener of the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam, of the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. If I can genuinely imbibe this in my life by the blessings of Vaishnavas, by the blessings of Guru Gaurang, that no one needs help, it is I who need help. No one needs any education, it is I who needs education. Or others may or may not need, but I am the first person who needs help. I'm the first who needs instruction, guidance, education in Krishna consciousness. So, no audience. I should never think that I'm actually speaking also. And never ever consider that, okay, I'm speaking to temple devotees, devotees assembled in the temple room, or friends, well-wishers, devotees online, offline, any other line, say, no. If I can always remember that I'm the learner, say, I should be the first listener. And I always remain a students say, I always remain a listener. And should never think that I am speaking. There's one thing, okay, I am speaking and I know or I can answer questions, comments, clarifications. Another is Krishna using this mouth as a mouthpiece. Huh? Krishna using this mouth as a mouthpiece to pass on the message of Srimad Bhagavatam and again to for myself. Predominantly, mainly to begin with for myself. So this is the prayer, the desire, the hope, the longing, the yearning that Krishna speak via me. Say, Guru Gaurang blesses us so we can be used as an instrument in the will of Krishna, in the desire of Krishna, and then we relish Srimad Bhagavatam in the proper spirit, in the proper mood, in the proper Krishna conscious spirit, in the proper Krishna conscious mood. Say, then we can go further, more deep. The way to go deep or high in Srimad Bhagavatam is by throughout acknowledging, admiring, appreciating, genuinely considering, seeking Vaishnava blessings. The blessings of Mahat Purush, the blessings of pure devotees, the blessings of those personalities who have found the taste in Srimad Bhagavatam, who are attached to the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, of those pure souls. Also tell you something. How should our reading be? How should our study of Srimad Bhagavatam be? How should our japa be? Hmm? We should read, study Srimad Bhagavatam in the company of good, loving friends, with such sincerity, mood, heart, you know, the deities, they walk up to us. They should. With this, at least this faith we should have, that we are studying to please the lordships, for the pleasure of the lordships, for the pleasure of Guru Parampara, for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada, for the present pleasure of Guru and Gaurang. And just this desire, this mood, this attitude, when we study something, read something, suppose mm, children are in another room and they are playing or doing something, and mother, father, and other family members are in another room, and they are planning a holiday huh? And now, as planning, they are calling out the names of the children, that who to put in which room, what shoes to buy for whom, all these arrangements and different things, and talking about the children. What would happen naturally? Isn't it the children would want to listen? Oh, what are our parents planning for us? What are our parents saying about us? And mom, did I hear you were saying you will buy me this thing? Oh, mom, I heard you. So the children may come out of the room, right, and actually want to come in person to their parents. So on similar lines, we should chant, we should read in such a heartful manner, say, the deities, they are listening. We should have this much faith. And then the deities walk up to us. Japa is done in temple. Blessed are those who actually live a temple life, or blessed are those who have the opportunity, who have taken the opportunity to live in a temple, to live in a temple community. Such a rare blessing. Is it not such a rare opportunity to be living in a temple, even if for a week, 2 weeks, month, whatever? uh, Wake up early in the morning, attend the morning program, do japa in the temple. Such a rare blessing. And japa, how should be the mood? When japa is being done, generally 5:15 to 7 a.m. in the morning, japa is done. Or like for about 2 hours. Some temples do it a bit more than 2 hours, some do it slightly less than 2 hours or 2 hours range, but say in that range. And what is happening that time? Devotees in the temple room assembled, temple hall, temple room, they are doing japa. And the pujari, the altar is closed, the curtains are closed, and the pujari behind is dressing the deities. So look at the symphony. Huh? Look at the symphony. There's this rope, curtains are closed. On one side, devotees are assembled and chanting japa, doing japa. Another side, pujari is dressing the deities. Now, this symphony should be there, isn't it? We should chant in a mood that we are uplifting the mood of the pujari to dress the deities, and chant in a mood with a real yearning, a longing, a hankering. When 7 a.m. comes, curtains open, and we chant with our heart that we see deities. With our eyes, we drink their darshan. You know, drink, drink the beauty through our eyes, drink their beauty through our eyes. We make a mood to do japa, to chant in a way that deities also get very excited. Open the curtains, I want to see my devotee. We read Srimad Bhagavatam with this mood, desire, interest that yes, we read and deities come forward with this desire. So we were trying to understand Srimad Bhagavatam and Dhruva Maharaj. So where the pastime I believe is currently standing is King Uttanpad. He had two wives. Two wives are mentioned, could be more than two. Suruchi and Suniti. Suniti the elder wife, Suruchi the younger wife. And with Suniti, she had a son. He had a son named Dhruva, and with Suruchi, son named Uttama. Now the king was in the royal court. He was in the royal court and sat on his throne. And Uttama, the son of Suruchi, was on his lap. And the king was caressing, loving, kissing Uttama. And king's wife, Suruchi, the young wife, she was also there in the court. And Dhruva Maharaj happens to enter the court, so the assembly. So maybe he knocks, maybe don't know. Let's say he knocks the door, and the servants open the door, seeing Dhruva Maharaj. Of course, they let him in. They know he's the son, he has the access and permission. And Dhruva Maharaj, as he sees high up the throne, father is sitting, and on the throne on his lap is brother Uttama sitting. And imagine Dhruva also walking up the stairs and going high up the throne to sit on his father's lap. And at that time, the father doesn't take Dhruva on his lap. Father possibly has a glance at his wife Suruchi sitting there, and Suruchi also looks back, a clear confirmation no. Father remains silent, and then Suruchi speaks, says to Dhruva, harsh words, cutting words. 5-year-old boy tells her that, do you know what are you doing? Are you in your full senses? Just like that, you think you can walk up to the king just like that and sit on his lap? What rights have you got? You know you are not born from my womb. If you want to sit on your father's lap, then you have to take birth from my womb, which means first you have to do austerities, worship Narayan. Then maybe next life maybe Narayan can bless you to take birth from my womb, and then we can see. For now, do not you're going beyond our limits. On those lines, the queen says to Dhruva. So this raises a question, does it not? I think it raises a question. Question being, is life fair or unfair? Dhruva or the residents in the courtyard, they can be checking and asking, right? What? Oh, is life fair or unfair? What wrong did this 5-year-old boy Dhruva do? What wrong did he do? He just wanted to sit on his father's lap, right? What wrong did he do? Why is life so? And see, not Dhruva. I'm not saying for Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj is an exalted personality. Is a pure devotee of Krishna, exalted personality. Is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, even Uttanpad son of Lord Brahmana, and plenary portions, Swambhuva Manu, son of Swambhuva Manu, whose grandfather is Lord Brahma, such an exalted personality, Uttanpad, Master King. King is the representative of God. So such personalities, even Suniti, Suruchi. So I'm just trying to see things to help my vision and help my practice in Krishna consciousness, help myself understand in a few ways whether Krishna consciousness is genuine. Is it something a science? Is it something a real thing? And how can I appreciate more? How can I relish more? How can I take more in my heart Krishna consciousness? How can I be a bit more Krishna conscious throughout, say? How can I check myself? How can I guard myself, say? And how can I progress advance? So, does it not like Dhruva Maharaj may think, or someone may say, na, is life fair or unfair? So, what do you think? Is life fair or unfair? What's that? Did you say unfair? Life is unfair for a purpose. So, can you elaborate what do you mean life is unfair for a purpose? Okay. So, Gaurangi Devi says life is unfair with this purpose to make us realize that we shouldn't be actually here. Okay. Any other thoughts? Is life fair? Do we sometimes come upon this asking ourselves, sometimes we had been maybe 5-year-old at one point in time, right? We were 5-year-old, 10-year-old, school, college, uni and all. And do we ask ourselves, our parents, friends, or come across a situation wherein we have to ask ourselves, isn't life fair or isn't life unfair? Yes, Pip? Well, Pip says Suruchi was, what she said was cold and nasty, but it wasn't untrue. That in order to be the in order to be able to sit on the king's lap, you have to have a certain kind of karma. Didn't he have the karma? Well, he was the son of the king, right? He was the son of the king, and it's not like Suniti was not married to the king. Bhagavatam doesn't say that she was the maid servant, she was the wife. What more do you want? He was the Suniti was the wife of the king, and he was born from her. So legally, legally or legitimately, he had access. He had the right to be on the throne, to be sitting on the lap of his father. And Suruchi, she's the credit given to her is, okay, she's advising Dhruva to worship Narayan. Narayan can fulfill this desire. Meaning to say, कर्तुम अकर्तुम अन्यथा कर्तुम समर्थ इति घटन अघटन पटियासी योग माया ना Krishna's internal energy, she can easily arrange things which are easy to be done. She can easily arrange things which are not at all easy to be done. Tremendously complicated, impossible tasks. Whatever is possible, she can easily arrange that. Whatever is impossible, she can make it happen. Whatever is possible, she can make it impossible. Whatever is impossible, she can make it possible, and everything and beyond. So, Suruchi, in saying that worship Lord Narayan, which is true, which is good, because only Narayan, Vishnu, Krishna has the capacity to turn the tide. Only Krishna. Krishna always has a plan B, C, D, E, F as well. He has all the plans, all the tricks up his sleeve. We need to be in communion. Now, little bit going back, is life fair or unfair? Life is life, or rather life is fair only. Krishna is fair, law of karma is fair, and especially to us practicing devotees, we get a token reaction only, or we are very blessed. Consciousness is not proper, so we see as fair or unfair sort of thing, that okay, it's unfair or it's fair. Life is life, and it's all fair only. Hmm? It's all fair. And this, that attaining the spiritual kingdom, na, pure devotees in the pure consciousness, they are after seva, after the service. Of course, they hanker for the spiritual world. Of course, they hanker. But while living in this world, we have to first experience the spiritual world while living in this world. While living in this body, I have to first experience a pure, proper Krishna consciousness. Until and unless I prepare myself for that shift, that change in my consciousness, it's not just by dying one becomes a saint. No. Yeah? So that transformation of heart, that change of heart has to all come about. And yeah, if I remember, thank you for reminding actually. Isn't it? Previously, when we left, we were discussing this. What? Two questions. If Dhruva Maharaj comes in your dream, I'm guessing, I'm hoping he came in some of our dreams in the past day when we read Shrimad Bhagavatam. So if Dhruva Maharaj came in our dream or comes in our dream, say tonight, and the Katha, the pastime is standing here, Dhruva Maharaj being insulted, say, what advice would we offer to him? Any thoughts? Suruchi offered advice, na? Very good advice. See, easy we can say what? Or chant Hare Krishna and be happy, Dhruva. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. We'll see the journey of Dhruva Maharaj, and furthermore, another thing, na, what? That if someone insults us, what should be our response? What should we say to ourselves? How should we deal that? So we'll see that a bit as we go. In here so far, Dhruva Maharaj is clearly upset and he's angry, right? What causes anger? Why do we get angry, generally speaking, say? A sense of frustration causes anger. Yeah. Pip says lust causes anger. A sense of frustration causes anger. Yeah, very, very true, very nice. Our ego, when it is being encroached upon, we get angry. So, whenever our needs, demands, desires, expectations are not met, a sense of frustration appears, right? And we get angry. Now, everything could be fine. What can make us angry? Well, anything under the sky can easily make us angry. Can it not? Any question could be, what does not make me angry? Very few things which perhaps does not make me angry. Very few, very few. Well, what can make me angry? Anything under the sky can make me angry. Yeah. Suppose coming to the morning program and on time and everything, but if a devotee said something like, Prabhu, can you did not put the mat, can get angry, right? Huh? What can, anything can make me angry, like, no. I mean, take this, suppose some devotee asks me, oh, can you lead Tulsi Aarti prayer? And suddenly he sees another devotee and tells, okay, no, we can ask maybe this Prabhu to lead Tulsi Aarti prayer. Does it make me angry? Huh? I mean, what can make us angry? Practically anything under the sky can easily make me angry. Easily. Question is, what does not say make me angry? No? And this transition has to be made, that how do we not get angry? Anger, Krishna says, ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्तेषु पजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधः विजायते. This is what Pip was mentioning, right? That anger comes from lust. Lust meaning intense hankering, some desire, intense desire, any desire, hankering or something. Oh, turn this phone. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't get angry. At least on camera, I shouldn't get angry, right? So any intense desire or any desire which is unfulfilled, anything that doesn't meet in line with my expectation, then anger. And the way to not get angry, there's only one way. Align my desires, expectations with the will of Krishna. Understand the desire, understand the will of Krishna, and act accordingly. And then when we get angry, that angry is there's scope for that angry. There's room for that angry. Why? Krishna desires me to do something. Krishna wants something from me. And if I'm not able to do that, then yes, I can be angry and angry upon myself or even angry upon someone else, but at heart I should never bear animosity. Externally, I may show anger for a genuine purpose, for a genuine reason, but at heart I should never have any sort of separation. As Narsinga Kavach Prabhu yesterday was mentioning, I believe, right? In geometry, we study in school, high school geometry, what? Concentric circle. In a piece of paper, say, if we have to, what is the way we can draw 4 circles and then do not cut each other? How to draw 4 circles in a piece of paper that do not cut each other? Well, someone may say, oh, easy. I draw 1 circle north, 1 circle south, 1 circle east, 1 circle west. They do not connect each other, they do not cut each other, right? But we don't live in isolation. We don't live in separation altogether. We all share a interdependent nature, interdependent bond relationship. The only way we can draw 4 circles in a piece of paper and that they do not cut each other is when all those 4 circles have the common center. Center has to be common, radius can be different. Yeah, of course, the radius has to be different, the circumference has to be different. Then we can draw 4 circles with one common center. We can draw 40 circles with one common center. We can draw 400 circles with one common center. We can draw n number of circles with one common center. Now, this is not for Dhruva to realize the center of his life. This is for me to realize where is the center of my life? Where should I draw the center of my life so that it can grow, and it doesn't conflict with any other circle, with anyone else's circle? How can I, essence being, how can I bring Krishna in the center of my life? If I have Krishna in the center of my life, then any other agenda or anything happening externally may disturb me and all, but at heart, no, I wouldn't be losing out at heart. Like we were discussing now, to upset is going to happen in this world. To feel hurt, to feel insulted is going to happen in this world, and we cannot give up, we cannot run away from it, definitely not. But what is in our hand is the response. We need not suffer from it. Prabhupada said, no, what? Pain is compulsory. Suffering is optional. Pain is compulsory. A child goes to a doctor. Doctor puts injection to the child. Now child seeing the needle and all feels the pain and cries a lot. Now child has had his injection done. Now next is mother. Mother's time to get the injection. Mother, will she cry like the child? I hope not. I hope not. Now mother could be in the age, say mid-20s, whatever. Why? Because she's, let's say she's physically grown up, she knows, or she's matured. Na? Likewise, we need to mature in our consciousness. See, the needle is still the same, as in the same sharpness and everything. The vaccine is still the same. The nurse or doctor who is applying the vaccine is still the same. The force is still the process is still the same. But child cries and mother does not cry, because mother is grown up and child is still growing. Huh? Likewise, we need to grow up. The problems what we face in life is no different, just different packaging, but it's all the same problem. Say some places now, what Hungary, a place in Europe, right? Then Germany also comes in Europe, another place. If you go UK, Brazil, some other places, na Ukraine, Russia, Siberia, India, wherever. Now problems are there everywhere, just slightly different packaging. Huh? So when we elevate our consciousness, when we mature our consciousness, it's not like that problem won't come, but how do we deal with them? So we'll see how Dhruva Maharaj uh, took on this advice, or will further take on advice, and how does he deal with, how does he check. And what Krishna says, na, Bhoktaram yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shantim richati. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 5:29, right, that Bhoktaram yagya tapasam, I am the enjoyer of all the sacrifices, all the austerities, whatever one does, I should be the enjoyer. Hmm? Bhoktaram yagya tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram. Of all the planets, all the universes, everywhere, I am the supreme controller. So I am the supreme enjoyer. I am the supreme controller. And Suridam Sarva Bhutanam Gyatva Mam Shantim Richati. I am everyone's well wishing friend. I'm everyone's well wishing friend. Now, this shloka can be a hard pill to digest. Although we say it's the peace giving formula, but this formula can be a bit difficult. Imagine Krishna telling us what? I am the supreme enjoyer. Who likes to know this, that I am not the supreme enjoyer, someone else as such is the supreme enjoyer? Hmm? So a bit difficult to take in. Then Krishna says, I am the supreme controller. Oh, I missed out on that as well. Hmm? Maybe Krishna, what do you want? You want to be the supreme enjoyer and you want to be the supreme this as well, controller as well. Then Krishna says, I am the supreme well-wisher of everyone. We like this bit, yeah. We perhaps like this bit, good. Hmm. The sooner we come to this fact, the sooner we come to this realization, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, Krishna is the supreme controller, Krishna is the supreme well-wisher, everyone's friend. Yeah. Then come what may situation, theoretically and practically, I must prepare myself that I don't get disturbed, don't get agitated. Hmm? When I realize, yes, when I build this heart-to-heart relationship with Krishna, with devotees, that yes, Krishna be the supreme enjoyer. Now, something to build in our Dhruva Maharaj did this excellently. Something to build in our consciousness. What? Life is a journey. Life is exactly a journey from what? Victim to victory consciousness. Life is a journey from victim to victory consciousness. Now, Dhruva Maharaj here, could he not easily label himself, oh, I'm a victim. I'm a victim of the royal family. Huh? BBC might have covered this story, na? That, oh, poor Dhruva, 5-year-old, victim of the royal family. This is what goes on inside the royal family. We'll give you the coverage inside the Lord. Huh? It is so easy for me to take the victim consciousness now. Oh, I'm the victim, I'm the victim. She did this to me, she didn't this to me, she said this to me, she didn't say this to me, and all. I can get easily triggered. Any small here and there. Difficulty is, how do I overcome, how do I come out of this victim consciousness to taking on to a victorious consciousness? Very easy for me to take on this. So life will give us so many opportunities, wherein I can easily find an excuse to not practice Krishna consciousness. Easily find an excuse to justify nicely to not practice Krishna consciousness. But I can never come up with a reason to not practice Krishna consciousness. Uddhava also can say, na, well, I have a good enough reason to not practice Krishna consciousness. Good enough, say, excuse. We in the name of reasons, we bring excuses in life. In the name of reasons, we equate our excuses to be reasons. Let us see what Dhruva's mother, Suniti, has to say. Text 16 says, this incident was unbearable to Suniti's patience. She began to burn as if in a forest fire, and in her grief, she became just like a burnt leaf and so lamented. As she remembered the words of her co-wife, her bright lotus-like face filled with tears, and thus she spoke. She was also breathing very heavily, and she did not know the factual remedy for the painful situation. Not finding any remedy, she said to her son, my dear son, don't wish for anything inauspicious for others. This is Dhruva's mom saying. Do not wish for anything inauspicious for others. Anyone who inflicts pain upon others suffers himself from that pain. Wow. Such gem, na? Anyone who inflicts pain upon others suffers himself from that pain. Further on, my dear boy, whatever has been spoken by Suruchi is so, because the king your father does not consider me his wife or even his maidservant. He feels ashamed to accept me. Therefore, it is a fact that you have taken birth from the womb of an unfortunate woman, and by being fed from her breast, you have grown up. My dear boy, whatever has been spoken by Suruchi, your stepmother, although very harsh to hear, is factual. This is the humility. This is the humility Suniti is bringing, coming on, or this is her situation and position she is finding herself in. Therefore, if you desire at all to sit on the throne, same throne as your stepbrother Uttama, then give up your envious attitude and immediately try to execute the instructions of your stepmother. Without further delay, you must engage yourself in worshipping the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is so great that simply by worshipping his lotus feet, your great grandfather Lord Brahma acquired the necessary qualifications to create this universe. Although he is unborn and is the chief of all living creatures, he is situated in that exalted post because of the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom even great yogis worship by controlling the mind and regulating the life air prana. So, Suniti, she got informed of all the situation, the real life situation in real time, and this is what she is saying to Dhruva Maharaj. That follow the instructions, what Suruchi said. Now, look, this is where a huge difference lies between what some motivational speaker and the message in Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the difference? What do you say is the real difference between a motivational speaker and a devotee? There are many motivational speakers on YouTube and other places and all. So much great talk givers, TED Talk and other things. Such great. So what is the difference? Well, they are also sharing their message, a message or what they are convinced of or realization and all. And a devotee also speaks. A motivational speaker can also say what? You have to give up this victim thought. Become a victorious. Stop feeding yourself that you are a victim. You are a victorious. I will teach you how to win friends and influence people. There's a nice book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Motivational people can also tell, na, Dhruva, yes, Dhruva, you have to work now, Dhruva. Don't, this insult is good. Take this insult as a punch and come out of it. Furthermore, they can say, what? Motivation speaker, you have to be in it to win it. You have to be in it. Until and unless you lose yourself, you can never find yourself. Well, motivational speakers will also say what? That don't compete with others. Your competition is with yourself. You are your inspiration. No one can inspire you. You yourself have to be your inspiration. If you cannot see yourself as a role model, how can you go ahead? Don't think that I will come and help you. No, don't expect. I'm just a coach. I'm a mental guide, a speaker. You have to do the work yourself. I'm not going to help you. Don't expect any help from me. You can help me by paying 500 pounds an hour, but don't expect any help from me. So something on those lines. No, I'm sure they speak great. They speak gem valuable. But what is the difference between a motivational speaker and a devotee? Yes, Pip.
Would you say a motivational speaker is teaching us to glorify ourselves?
But may not be now. Even motivational speakers, I think they have stepped up. I think uh, they may not teach us that you have to glorify yourself and all. Maybe they say like, do not think yourself low. And that doesn't mean that think others low. No. Huh? You don't have to worry about others, worry about yourself and all. Huh? And glorify, you don't have to really be overconfident as well. If you are not good at golf, admit you are not good at golf. You don't have to, you cannot be good at everything. So don't take this extra pressure on yourself that I'm good. You don't have to be good at golf. You can still attend business meetings and things and all and tell that, well, I cannot play snooker nicely. Huh? And just be confident and look, by your admitting this, the other person will find, wow, he's so confident that he can say to us in a group that I don't know how to play snooker nicely or I cannot play golf nicely. That doesn't diminish you. You are who you are. Okay. So what is the difference between motivational speaker and a devotee? And what if a devotee turns out to becomes a motivational speaker? That is something a bit separate. We'll come to that maybe in a moment. If I may say, the real, the foundational, the basic, the real difference between motivational speaker and a devotee is the real difference between a motivational speaker and a devotee is the adhar, the mool, the value of life, the foundation of life. For a devotee, the foundation of life is Krishna. The origin of life is Krishna. Life belongs to Krishna. A devotee, he will always speak in relationship with Krishna, that we have an eternal bond and identity with Krishna. That being the foundation. A motivational, devotee begins from where? You are not this body, you are a spirit soul. That is the beginning. Means a devotee will begin from where? Give up your material intelligence, make Krishna your intelligence, make Guru Gaurang your intelligence. And then work under that guidance, guided intelligence. And I doubt if a motivational speaker will ever say, you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. He will give us very good attitude building things and all, so that we become good in our studies, we can clear exams. Motivational speaker can help us. What? Tips and tricks how to not doze off in a class, how to not sleep in a Shrimad Bhagavatam class. He can possibly give us some tips and tricks on those lines. But this how to bring out that love for Krishna, no. So, I don't know why I brought this difference between, but a motivational speaker. See, in our lives, now we may come across many situations wherein we may want to seek help, na? Like Dhruva, what to do, what not to do, or a third opinion or some opinion, and this has come about. Now, who should we listen to? A motivational speaker or a devotee? Eh, motivational speaker may be a very good speaker, but what good it is, as Bible says, now what you lose your soul, but you what profit a man gets who loses his soul but gains the world? Motivational speaker can help me attain a car, a house, relationships, money, all such things and all. But can he provide me Krishna? No. And a devotee, he can provide me Krishna. May not be able to give me a good car, a house, things and all, but a devotee can home deliver us Krishna. Pure devotee can actually. That is the real difference. Ah, and it can be a tragedy. It can be very thing if a devotee starts speaking, or if a devotee, actually a devotee wouldn't, but say a devotee speaks like a motivational speaker. What good is that motivational speaker talk say, which doesn't inspire, attract me to take into Krishna consciousness, which doesn't attract me to do japa. Hmm? Prabhupada, was he like a motivational speaker? Oh, he spoke Shastra, na? He spoke fearlessly the absolute truth, the absolute reality, the absolute knowledge. Now, so many things in life. What Dhruva Maharaj, he could be feeling what? I am left out. I am left out. Ego hurt, na? We read few verses ago, like snake when being bit, uh, the snake on the head, when he's hit on the head, it hurts his ego. So Dhruva Maharaj also, oh, hurts the ego. Uttama is there and me not. I feel insulted and I'm left out. You know, one of the things we struggle in life is what? This feeling of competition, or even more, this feeling of this scarcity. See, Uttanpad has limited mercy only, has limited love only for Dhruva or for anyone. We also have limited love only. But Krishna has unlimited love for all of us. So the point being, crisis is a great thing in one's life if crisis comes, provided we are in association with a devotee, provided we get this advice that worship Narayan, worship Narayan. Then crisis is great. Who did not experience crisis in his life? Arjuna had to go through a crisis. Arjuna had to face crisis in the battlefield. He was completely confused in the battlefield, what to do, what not to do. Dhruva Maharaj, here we are seeing uh, uncalled for, but came upon him. Prahlad Maharaj, exalted devotee. Prahlad Maharaj had reasons. He could have said, what wrong did I do, Krishna, that you put me in this home, in this house? You made Hiranyakashipu my father. What wrong did I do? But he never said like. Dhruva could have complained. We'll see furthermore. Arjuna, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, everyone had to. So, you know how a mug or a pot is made. Kumhar, they say, potter makes pots. How pots are made, so delicate, so art and heavy work, and like some mugs and all, they really need to be burnt or go into fire to give that shape proper, or gold. And how does gold become like pure gold, molten gold, pure gold? By going through a process of purification altogether, na? By going through a process of fire. So this coming in our life, na, it can be a blessing. Struggles or these things coming in our life. You know, uh, if insult comes to us, how we can take it? One thing, there's this saying in English, right? The trees with most fruits, help me complete those who know. The trees with most fruits, that is the trees with most fruits gets the most stones. So a tree has got lots of fruits hanging in it. So many stones will be thrown in that tree only to get the fruits from that tree. That yes, we take the fruits, we eat, we relish the fruits. A tree which does not have fruits, who will stone that tree? There's no fruits, what to stone or to pull the fruits. So whenever we face such situation, na, we can encourage ourselves. This is Mahaprabhu's direct mercy for me. This is Mahaprabhu's arrangement for me to become humble. Now I can appreciate, or I can be, if I can be humble for that 2 minutes, if I can be humble, Mahaprabhu will be so pleased. Mahaprabhu will appreciate so much. Krishna will appreciate so much. And this 2 minutes is given an opportunity, direct opportunity by Krishna to me to become fully Krishna conscious. That I can be Krishna, I can take. This motivational speaker won't say. Motivational speaker might say what? The tree with the most fruits gets the most stones. So you have the caliber, you have the potential. Huh? Don't block yourself. Keep on moving. You can do it. Blah, de, blah, de, blah. Don't hold back. Don't raise. But for us, yes, this is Krishna's arrangement. This is Krishna's direct arrangement to help me in a way that I can come closer to him. So Suniti informed her son, your grandfather Swayambhuva Manu executed great sacrifices with distribution of charity, and thereby with unflinching faith and devotion he worshipped and satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By acting in that way, he achieved the greatest success in material happiness and afterwards achieved liberation, which is impossible to obtain by worshipping the demigods. So here also uh, we will, as we are saying, uh, Suniti, he is giving the same advice that yes, follow what Suruchi told you. Worship, worship Krishna, worship Narayan. Only Narayan can help you out. Amazing, look. In society, we take a lot of pride, na? Oh, let me know if you need any help. I can help. I can help. I can help. Sort of thing. But here, both the mothers are saying only Krishna can help. Only Krishna can help. Draupadi in Mahabharat, when she was being disrobed in that assembly. So what? She was Dusashan when he was holding her hair and disrobing, say. So Draupadi, she looked at the assembled kings. No one came forward to help. She looked at what? Dhritarashtra. He was anyways blind, physically and spiritually also, morally also. She looked at Bhishma Pitama. No. Dronacharya. No. exalted personalities, kings, military leaders, uh, exalted personalities all put their heads down. uh, and then she looked at the Pandavas, her husbands. No, couldn't. Then she left with one call out to Krishna, uh, took ultimate shelter of Krishna. And in our life also, na, with such situations, moments will come. And these are the moments we should cash in. We should jump in these moments to how to really please Krishna. Otherwise, imagine ever went into a school, college, uni where there is no examination. Does it happen? Is there any school, college, uni wherein year one, okay, promoted to year two, no test? No test, no examination, none whatsoever. Open book, closed book, no. Year two, three, huh? No examination. So if we cannot pass out of a school without giving, and if we have to pass out of a school, and in order to pass out we have to give some examination, what do you think? If we have to pass out of this material world, will there not be any examination? Some examination has to be given, na? And this is for our benefit. So now Dhruva, he is having to go through an examination. And via Dhruva Maharaja's blessings or directly via spiritual master's blessing, a sadhaka can make it all the way through in this life itself, in this very life itself. Blessed are those upon whom this comes, na? Examination. Uh, Arjuna, problems came to him. Krishna only sent, say, or sanctioned to glorify Arjuna, to glorify the bhakti of Arjuna, to glorify the bhakti of Gajendra, elephant. We see in 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, to glorify Prahlad Maharaj. And it's not like Krishna was not there with Arjuna or Prahlad Maharaj or is not with us. Krishna was with Duryodhana as well. Krishna, do you think he is not in the heart of Suruchi, the stepmother? He is in the heart of Suruchi as well. He is in the heart of Uttanpa. Krishna is with everyone. Krishna is with everyone. He is on everyone's side. Now look, may sound na, how can someone be on everyone's side? Krishna, only Krishna can be on everyone's side. Hmm. Only Krishna is with everyone, helping everyone, purifying everyone. Question comes, are we on Krishna's side or not? Are we on Krishna's side or not? Okay, maybe I'll take a pause. Any questions, comments, clarifications, or any reflections? How to be on Krishna's side? To be on Krishna's side, see this thing. How to get admission into a university? If I want to go in and study in some uni, Oxford, Cambridge, or some uni, say, generally what happens? Students, I don't know whatever the year thing is called, but they go na before going into the uni, they go 3 4 unis, and in the form they select which uni they want to study, and they go in that particular university. Open day happens, right? 1 or 2 uni you go with parents, take them, and they see the uni. The teachers give them a talk, a brochure, some introduction and some things and all, and they are told a bit more, and then they study and accordingly get into the uni, say they get the grades, something on those lines. How to be on Krishna's side? So when we study Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, when we take into the process of Krishna consciousness, and most importantly, when we take into the side of a pure devotee of Krishna, then we can be on Krishna's side, or rather, only then we can be on Krishna's side. So, yeah, it is a thing. What? That human life is meant to inquire into God. Human life is to meant into inquire into the higher realities of life, higher questions of life. But devotee life is meant to search into a pure devotee of Lord. Is meant to search for a pure devotee of the Lord. Devotee life is to please the pure devotee of the Lord. That is devotee life. Does this? So when we follow Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the teachings, put it into practice, bring a lifestyle change, and furthermore and most importantly, when we associate with devotees and when we make devotees our authority or our life and soul, and when we cry for that devotee blessing, then we can see, yes, we are on Krishna's side or we are coming on Krishna's side. So here further more verses, Suniti, she's encouraging her son to take on the shelter of Lord Narayan. So we'll leave here. Yeah, let us park it here. Let us park here. Text 23. I'll just say, my dear Dhruva, as far as I am concerned, I do not find anyone who can mitigate your distress but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose eyes are like lotus petals. Many demigods, such as Lord Brahma, seek the pleasure of the Goddess of Fortune, but the Goddess of Fortune herself, with a lotus flower in her hand, is always ready to render service to the Supreme Lord. Okay, so on this note, maybe we'll give you peace for today. And we'll continue from text 24. We'll see more. So this is what now Uttanpad, he did not speak at all. And Suruchi, the young wife, she spoke a bit. Dhruva Maharaj also hasn't spoken at all yet. Hasn't spoken. He's stunned possibly. He's like stunned. 5-year boy, old boy, Kshatriya blood, what just happened? Father is not speaking, stepmother is speaking like this, mother is also in tears and cry. Look at his heart, na? Devotional life means what? If I can if I can experience the pain a devotee is going through in separation from Krishna, if I can experience the joy another devotee is experiencing in Krishna consciousness, if I can see how blessed the devotee is. So if we can see the emotion of Dhruva Maharaj, and presently we can see the glory of our spiritual master. If a sadhaka can experience the glory of his spiritual master, the divinity, complete transcendental divinity of his spiritual master, just that realization will take him all the way through. Okay, on that note, thank you very much for your kind participation and encouragement. We'll park it here. So the question still remains, what advice would we give to Dhruva Maharaj? Pray that Dhruva Maharaj comes in our dreams tonight. What advice will we give to him, say? Or what advice would we give to ourselves or to someone? Na? And what if someone insults us? What should be our response? We'll try to check this another time. And is life fair or unfair? And we'll see more competition and other things. Now, Uttanpad did not speak again. Suruchi, the young stepmother, has spoken. Mother Suniti has spoken. And Dhruva hasn't spoken. Dhruva will speak soon. Dhruva will speak. So then when we hear everyone's side of the story and everything, it looks such great. Now we get to see everyone's side of the story and perspective, and we can bring it the picture. Krishna is so much helping us that maybe Dhruva could have done something like this and all. How we can elevate in our consciousness all together. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी।